Was it subscription based? Is it partly donation based? Is it kind of a charity? Is it funded by the government? I think all of those are possible. I think
Yeah.
this idea of when I say democratization, if that's the word, of news, is that it is kind of like that. It's like it can't be about money, right? There's certain things in our society that just the capitalistic idea really doesn't work in the extreme,
Sure.
like education, or prisons.
Markets
Like
are
if
really
you're,
great for some things, but there's other things where it's like, is it really the
yeah,
best way to go in
and
that?
you need a balance, certainly. I
Sure.
mean,
Absolutely.
I'm a full-on capitalist, but I
Same
know
here.
that it's more of a socialistic idea where it's a balance between government and business and the people. And socialism gets a bad rap. I know I use that word, and I just want to say this. Everybody in our government and mostly on news is using this incorrectly. America is a socialistic country, and it's been proven so many times, even by the Republicans, by the fact that Teddy Roosevelt, in the early 1900s, went up against Morgan and Andrew Carnegie and all these guys that were literally destroying everybody's lives and the country in their pursuit of endless money. They stopped them from that. And the idea that we have roads, we pay taxes to fund our police, our military, you know what I mean? All these things, that is socialism. So socialism isn't bad. The idea of government, business, and the people all working together is the greatest invention of all of human history. Anybody that says that they just want pure capitalism doesn't understand that capitalism is only economic. Socialism, communism are both economic and governmental, right? So in the idea of socialism in governmental, it means that it's a combination of the people doing stuff, business doing stuff, and the government doing things. But in the idea of pure capitalism, that's just business. So we've tried this idea of just, I don't know why people believe that just because you're super rich or something, you have a lot of money, that you automatically know what to do that's right. It's been proven over and over that is not true. And more likely, a lot of these people will become corrupted and do the wrong things if there are no checks and balances. So the whole idea of government and business working together is to find this right balance. And it's the balance that matters. It can't be too much government. If it goes, to communism, that's horrible. It's like a dictatorships and all the rest of that, right? It's the socialistic governments are democracies and republics and parliamentary democracies and all those kind of things, where it's of the people, right? So, for us to evolve, I think as the human race, we all have to kind of understand these things. It's not that hard. What we're doing is we're being manipulated by leaders that are trying to twist these things in a way to make you see that everybody that doesn't say what they're saying is against you, so that you can follow me and I can have power. The true leaders, right, are about helping the people understand the truth, and they would follow them because they're doing the right thing, not because they're being manipulated. And we have a lot of false leaders today. They're under, and we've had them, throughout all of our human history. They know what to say and how to say it to manipulate us, but they're really lying, and cheating and misleading us. So it's this fight throughout all of humanity is vice versus virtue. It's good versus evil. It's not red versus blue or you versus me, right? It's this humanity's ability to join together and become our best people, right? Against the people that are trying to divide us and use us and destroy everything. And what I don't really understand, and I look at history, is like how many times, and again, it seems mostly men, but there are women that do this too, but that they fail at this. I mean, it seems like corruption is like so unbelievably intense at the high levels that it's almost like 80 to 90%. If you reach a high enough levels, you're going to become corrupted. You know what I mean? You're gonna become this horrible human being and start
Power
stuffing your
corrupts,
house
and
with
absolute
gold.
power corrupts absolutely.
Yeah, so that's where the idea of checks and balances come in. That's what makes. I know America's got its problems, and we've started off in a weird place or whatever, but it started off in a world that was so much worse than no matter what America started like. And we've come so far in these couple hundred years. It is throughout all of human history. You know what I mean? It's like women have equal rights. All people are equal. All of these ideals have been, kind of hinted at throughout history, but it was all kings and queens and hierarchies and, war, death to you and kill everybody in the city type realities. for all of human history before now. You know,
Mhm.
so for me, it's while we're the shining light on the hill, it's always this idea that there's always further to go, and that's like the seventh step in the book is perfect, and it's the idea of yes, there may be certain things in our society and our life that are perfect, but we need to maintain them to keep them good. But we also need to embrace the idea that we need to constantly improve. Nothing in this world is perfect. You know, we as humans are kind of like we're filled in a universe of entropy, right? Everything's
Mhm.
going down to this destruction and
Mhm.
disorder. We're kind of like the anti-entropy beings, right? We're trying to make order out of chaos. We're trying to fix the wrongness and make it right. We're trying to,
Yep.
better ourselves. We have this flaw in us. People call it the original sin. I call it almost a gift because it, again, allows us to have some type of choice and
Mhm.
free will. Um, Without that, I mean, we would be puppets. So it's like either we're going to embrace this whole idea of what and who we are, and and make a society out of it. And like I said, it seems to me like we've been trying to do this forever. That's the idea of checks and balances. We know we're flawed. We know we can be corrupted, but then we make systems to help stop that from happening. That's what makes us a noble species in one way, because it's knowing that you can fail and taking steps to stop that from happening. Um, that how do I say this? It makes humanity kind of like a step beyond, because we're not
Mhm.
accepting of this. We want to become better, and we know that we can't, so we take steps to make this in our society. And to me, that's a wonderful wonderful quality, and I think that's what's potentially going to save us, because we can all kind of realize certain things and then build a society and a life that integrates them into our life every day. You know what I mean? Where who wants to grow up and be corrupted? You know what I mean? Who I want to grow up and become a horrible human being, and you know what I mean? It's like nobody. If you take all the most horrible human beings in the world that's ever existed and you bring them, back to their baby state, and you put them all in a room, would you want to kill them all, or would you want to help them all become better people? You know what I mean? If you can't feel sorry for all the misled and the people that are ignorant and doing the wrong things and just don't know, that's where it all starts. It's this idea of seeing people as you would, treating people as you would want to be treated and as equals. And if you can really feel that, then everybody that is being lied to and manipulated, being forced into wars and hatred, I feel sorry for them. I mean, the sickness of superiority, to where you're hateful and disdainful, and you want to just wipe out all those people and kill them. That is horrible. That is really 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 sad. you
Mhm.
know and I've talked to so many men that think it's strength. It's strong to look down on people and to talk bad and do all this stuff. It's like, no, dude, that's not strength. That's such weakness, and you are so lost. You know what I mean? I want to help these people, and it doesn't have to be this way. You know what I mean? It's like everybody, every child in the world, if they were raised correctly, could be the best person they can be. They just, if you don't have the right knowledge, you don't have the right education, you're taught hatred, you're taught prejudice, twisted values, you don't develop a good empathy and sympathy for people and all the rest of these things that you need as a kid, it's going to mess you up. And you just look at our society and how many confused people there are. It's so obvious what needs to happen.